Hi friends, this is a quick video showing you how to do something called the magic knot. This is what you will use, or what I recommend you use, to connect any two ends of yarn. You might do this if you're working on a project and you finish a skein and you're going to start a new skein. You would connect the two ends from the two different skeins with the magic knot. Also, if you ever come across a knot in your yarn that was put there by the manufacturer, those knots are not very secure. I recommend that you cut out the knot, so cut on either side of the knot and just throw that away, and then do this. This is the magic knot, and it's the best because it's really secure. You're basically creating two knots that, when here comes my cat, when pulled against each other, it creates so much tight resistance that it can't be undone, at least not easily. So here's a project that I've been working on, and I just finished a skein. So I'm going to take out my hook and put in a stitch marker. And this is the end of my current skein, and here's the end of my new skein. So for the first time you do this, I recommend that you do it on a flat surface. So lay both ends out, going in opposite directions, and then one on bottom, one on top. It doesn't matter which one's on top and which one's on bottom, as long as the tails are going in opposite directions. Let's start with the top yarn. So you're first going to take it, cross it down and over the bottom yarn, and then we're going to basically wrap it around. So it's going to go under or behind, however it's easiest to think of. It's going to go under or behind, so we kind of made a U. And then we're going to cross it over itself, like such. So we have a loop here. And then we're going to take this tail, and it's going to keep going under or behind itself, and it's going to come up through this loop that we've made, this hole. So it's going to go behind or under itself, and then pull it up through the loop that you've made. And you can see we've got a knot, like it's the start of a pretzel. So if you just pull that tail, it tightens the knot. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing with the other end, but kind of in reverse. It's mirrored. So first, now it's going to go up and over the yarn that was on top, and then it's going to go behind or under, whichever way is easiest to think of. So we've made kind of like an A, uppercase A. And then next it has to go over itself. So over itself, I'm getting a little shorter here, over itself. And then it's going to go behind itself and up through this loop on the left here. So behind, sorry if my hands are in the way, behind itself, and then up through that loop. And we've got another knot. So let's pull that short tail tight. Okay, so we have a knot here and a knot there. You're now going to pull the yarn that's not the tail. So for one, it's your new working yarn coming from your skein, and the other yarn that's coming from your project. Pull those in opposite directions, and those knots move towards each other, and then they create so much resistance, like they're pulling against each other. And the more you pull, the tighter they get. That's why it's so secure. So you would then continue working on your project, and then you'd try and hide this knot in your work. You can see down here where I did a magic knot. The nice thing about crochet is that it's so bulky that knots usually get pretty well hidden. And then when you're totally done your project, you're going to have to weave these ends in. So you'd put them on your tapestry needle or whatever you use, and you'd weave them in to hide the ends. Some people can cut them. I'm not one of those people. I like to weave in my ends, but potato, potato. So that's it. That is how you do a magic knot. A very, very handy skill to have in your toolbox. Happy making.